Just
Now, and welcome to Four Right, the right podcast for the golfer on the right side of the fairway. And we have a special guest, a new segment that we're going to be introducing, and the listeners get to choose whether she stays or not. Now, people who have listened to me before, they know that I have a couple co-hosts, Teddy Mack, teaming up with Teddy Mack and the Digital Guru. And as I said, Teddy is 5'7" and bald. I also have a pair of one irons, me and a guy named Jody Smith, and Jody Smith is 6'3" and bald. I guess I have bald co-hosts, but my new co-host is not bald. But I have the lovely and talented Aubrey. And Aubrey, you are obviously not in studio. You're about 2,300 miles in St. George. But tell the listeners who you are and why you're here.
yeah. Well, like you said, I'm Aubrey, and I'm from St. George, Utah. That's where I live now. I I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I have kids. I'm just, you know, just doing the day-to-day things like moms do. But I got into golf quite a bit last year. I grew up around golf. My dad played golf. So he taught me a little bit when I was young. But last year I got into it a little bit more for fun. And then around January of this year, I decided to take it more serious, get some lessons, fix my little tweaks, and I've just become really addicted to it and love it. And then I made an Instagram account like 3 weeks ago just so that I wouldn't annoy my friends and family with all my golf, you know, sickness. And that's where Joel found me was Instagram. So he invited me on the podcast and I was like, let's do it. I can
Let's
talk golf.
do it. We're going to
Yeah.
follow your journey through the golfing world as you start getting better and better and better. Right now, do you know your handicap, or is it just like it's out there and I'm not going to tell you?
I don't have an official handicap, but it's around 28. I mean, I can't break 103. So that's what I'm
So,
working on though.
so the next goal for you is to break 100, to shoot
Yeah.
99, 98, 97. How close are you?
Getting close. I my aim is good. Um, but it's the chipping and putting, really putting, but both. And so I have a coach and we've been working on it. And that's what we're working on right now is getting me ready so that he can coach me through a round. He's going to film it and it's called Beat Your Score. And he's out here. He's a good, instructor out here. And
Give him a
he wants,
shout out. Give his name a shout out.
yeah, so it's Kevin Bowler and he's with Southern Utah Golf Academy. And he is amazing. I've actually known him since I was a little kindergartner, tiny. So he
Really?
and my dad were, yeah, they grew up playing golf and he moved out here a few years ago. And my dad said, hey, get some lessons from Kevin. He's out there. So I was like, all right. So that's in January. That's when I decided I'll get some lessons from him. And so, yeah, we're working towards a goal to break. I think we will. With him, I will.
Oh, you'll break 100. You'll break
With him,
100. I know
I
that we
will.
had talked in
Yeah.
a pre-podcast a couple days ago. You're driving the ball over 200 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's getting from 140 yards into the green and then putting the ball in the cup. That's the problem, right?
Yeah, I think it's for everyone, but a lot of people. That's,
Well, tell me what is it? It's not the athletic ability because you can do that. Is it that lump that's 3 feet above your ass, that your head, that it gets into your mind going, okay, I'm on the green. I hope I don't three putt, which means I'm going to three putt.
exactly, exactly. Especially when I'm sitting there and it's for a birdie. As soon as I go, this is for a birdie, and then I'm like, it's over. No, so definitely in my head, or even par. I'll tell myself if I can get a couple pars during a round, I'll be happy. I set the bar real low so I can still enjoy it.
Hey, well, if you play bogey golf, you're going to shoot 90.
Yeah, it's true.
So
So
that's all you have to do. Play bogeys, get a couple double bogeys in there, a couple pars, and you're under 100. I will tell you, it's a lot easier to go from 103 to 93 than it is to go from 93 to 83. That's
for
a hard
sure.
thing because you
Yeah.
you just make one mistake. I know we had talked. I hit the ball pretty far, but as a guy, we get it in our head that we can overpower any course. And you're looking at going, it's only 285 yards to carry the water. I've got this. No, you
Yeah.
don't lay up, but we can't do that. And those things start adding up. I have a quick question for you. Now my last name is Wilson. I carry Wilson irons. I carry Wilson driver. I do Wilson golf balls. What's in your bag? What driver? What do you know?
Oh,
Obviously you do. Oh, she's like, you threw me a curveball.
well, okay, here, this is the truth. This is me. Sorry. I just got my like a $200 bag with all the clubs in it. And I'm sitting here trying
Ah,
to remember now. I mean, the strap is broken off. I was putting the other day and I pick it up to leave and the strap just and it falls to the ground on my I mean, I'm due for an upgrade, big
you are
time.
due for an upgrade.
Bad. But I'm
So if
trying
anybody out there wants to give her some free clubs, this is how we do it.
my clubs are they're blue. They're the sky blue, and I got a compliment on the color. And then I got asked, "Did you paint those yourself?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if that's a compliment, but
Well, I know
so
that when I was watching your Instagram, you putt right and left-handed, don't you?
well,
Or
when
maybe just the camera is backwards.
it's that, it's
It's
that, and then
that.
I
So we
already
have to teach her how to do the camera and how to do right, left, but it's easy to do. No problem for someone who's only 29 years old.
exactly. See, I'm just so young. I don't know things yet. I'm still learning.
So your goal is to break 100. Do you have any other goals that you want to do? Break 90?
Yeah, once I break 100, it's going to be break 90 for sure. Yeah, and I want to get into a tournament around here. I was in a little league. It's just for fun. It's called Sparks, and I would highly recommend that to people who are getting into golf and want a little bit of competition without getting stressed out about it. But I did that for a little bit for a few months, and it was fun. But I want to get into a real tournament, but I've got to clean up my game quite a bit. I have a lot of work to do, but that's my next goal.
I
So
tell you, you do that, I'll caddy for you. How's that?
yeah, I'd love that. That'd be
I'll
great.
be like, you have to put the ball in the cup. That's all you got to do. And from
Yeah.
there, I'm not going to help you anymore. Can being a newbie, and I have problems reading greens is kind of difficult. I know we had talked, and people who have followed my podcast around know that I went through cancer last year, and I beat it after a couple surgeries. I had to walk back and forth in the house. That's what the doctor said, and it got boring. So one of my sponsors is Well Putt. They do putting mats, great company out of France. They gave me a 12-foot mat and I put it down, and that was my walking back and forth. Dropped
Mhm.
three golf balls, put it one side, put it the other, and I would still putt 100 times a day. And for me, that's really good. That helps the speed, the swing of the club, make sure the club's right. But reading the greens is difficult because not every green, and none of them are flat, just like my
Right.
putting mat. Do you have
Right.
problems with that being new?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and that's what we're working on now for sure. I actually should. I don't have a putting mat, and that's something I feel like I should get. Just that. I mean, my coach was telling me the other day, he did the same kind of thing that you did, and he said I got to a point where there was a little path in his mat, and he just kept thinking, I can't miss. I can't. He knew why he couldn't miss,
Yes,
but then when he went out and played and was putting, his brain was saying, "You can't miss. This is going to go in," because he was
that's
feeling
right.
this go in. And so yeah, I want to try. I want to try that right now. That's what we're working on. We're working on distance and speed control, and then we go and hit it to the fringe, not into the hole, because we don't
Yes,
want my brain to think, well, God, I can't make anything because it's 20-foot putt. I'm never gonna, you try to practice a 20-foot putt, it's just unlikely it's gonna go in. But so we're doing a lot of brain, like getting my mental there, and then yeah, and then reading the greens, we're working on that too. Just how much does it slope, and determining that with the way I when you stand on the green and how much weight do you have on the right or left foot, and that depends. That'll determine if it's going right or left and all that. So we're doing a lot. It'll be good.
there's a lot to it. It's
Yeah.
one of those, drive for show and putt for dough kind of things. If you had
Hmm.
a 3-foot putt, how confident are you that you're going to sink a 3-footer?
Not confident enough.
Oh
I got.
my goodness, come on, it's only this far.
I know
Really?
exactly. That's the thing is, I'll look at it and go, "Oh yeah, I'm going to make this," but will I? And then that's my brain
That's
messes me.
what, okay, two
Yeah,
foot putt. You got that, right?
yeah, I got that. I got that.
Okay. So right now we're between 2 and 3 that in there is your safe range. And after that, it's kind of like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, that's another
There,
thing on the 2-foot putts. He goes, "The only I want you to work on 2 foot and he putts, and he's got this setup that he has for me. And he goes, just get used to seeing that going, 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 going. So that's what I've been working on too. Anyway, so it's definitely, yeah, putting's mental. I
It
mean, there
is.
is some skill to it. You got to read the greens, but then it comes down to mental. So yeah,
It is. Well, that's another goal. And obviously, all the listeners are going to be following you. Another one is that you are going to be consistent outside of 3 feet. And then you'll be consistent outside of 4 feet and then
yeah,
5 feet, however it's going to be. And
yeah.
you realize that's going to reduce your score tremendously. I
Oh
know
yeah,
that one of the things that reduced mine is if I can get it close to the green, I don't have to be a green in regulation, just close. If I can chip it close, whatever it's going to be, I put a 3 foot circle around that hole. If I'm 22 feet, 30 feet away, I put a 3 foot circle around that hole. If I can get it within that 3 foot circle, I'm two putting the green. And that's how
yeah,
it should be. That's
yep,
exactly how it should be.
yep.
Well, I'm a guy and it's golf is a guy's sport. You look out there and there's 90% of the guys are out there. What is it like with a woman coming up to the course and saying, I want to play a round of golf? Do they look at you differently? Do
I
they say,
mean,
okay, from the women's tees, go on, whatever you need to do?
no, honestly. So any girls out there that want to play golf, want to try it, do not be scared because I'll tell you what, the guys are just I'm gonna have to make a joke about this in a minute, but the guys are super supportive, very sweet. I've never had anybody be, inappropriate, none of that. And uh and for a girl too, you can get up there and if I hit a shitty tee shot, they're like, that was good. It's okay. You got it. So it's very encouraging. So even if you do mess up, they're encouraging. They're just happy to see you out there. It makes it fun. It mixes things up. And I like I said, I've never had a bad experience. It's in fact, guys are cool to hang out with. They're fun. And when we get paired up with people, I've met some really cool, guys. It is. So I I think we got paired up with a woman twice. And that was fun too. We just talk about different things. Like, oh, the perfume you have on, what is that? Oh, your shorts are so cute. Us the guys are gonna talk about that, but us girls do.
No,
So
us guys don't talk about, hey, what kind of cologne you got on there now?
no.
I know I went golfing with a friend of mine and I came back and it was like, who'd you golf with? I golf with Charles. Yeah, well, he's getting divorced. Why? I don't know. What's happening? I don't know. You spent 4 hours with him and you didn't ask about that? What did you talk about? Well, we talked about the greens. We talked about, the Raiders football game. We didn't talk about any of that stuff. That's not
That's
who guys are. We don't give a
no,
shit.
I
It's not
know. Oh my
that.
God, I love it though.
Now, again, also, guys, we really don't care what we wear to the golf course, but you guys probably spend some time picking out your outfits. Am I right
Yeah,
or wrong?
yeah, I need new outfits for sure because I'm getting sick of the ones I have. And I'm really picky about what I wear. So
Well, see, there we go again.
yeah.
And I will say, as part of if you make it past the initiation fee, which I will tell you, since this is my podcast and I own it, you'll be back again and again.
Okay.
One of our sponsors is 420 Sports Apparel. 420.com is their website, and as a four right special ambassador, we'll be giving you some four right apparel. So you
I
get
love
to go on, pick out what you want, and we'll send that to you. It's
that.
some pretty good stuff. I love it. I've golf in it all the time. And they're one of our sponsors. We're going coast to coast. In fact, they just had a tournament in Phoenix, Arizona, in Glendale Golf Course, Glendale Country Club. So I was supposed to be there, but I couldn't make it. But next year I will be in Glendale because I miss Arizona. I grew up in Arizona. I didn't grow up, but I lived in Arizona for 10 years. I really, really, really miss that. Um, Now, I have another question for you, and I've seen you on your IG page. You do a lot of fitness. You do a lot of working out. How important is that to someone who's golfing? Because I don't work out. In fact, I get to the golf course and I put the bags in the cart. I drive up to the first tee. I grab the driver out. I do a couple twists, one, two,
Yeah,
three, and I'm ready to go. That's it. That's all my workout. That's all my prep. How
yeah.
important is it to do something before the game, before the round? Actually, like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays before a round.
Right. Well, I work out so that I look good on the tee. That's about it. No,
I understand now. That's what it is.
it's just so you look good.
It's all
No, but
about vanity, vanity, always vanity.
it's yeah, it's no, but honestly, like I don't okay. this is what Scotty Scheffler came out and said this. There was a press conference, and he talked about how a lot of players have a hard time getting to move the swing right because there
Yes.
is some you feel those muscles move, and if that so to me, I would say, in all like I would say it's more your flexibility, not so because you see people of all types really in shape that can't hit it at all, and
Yes.
someone who's completely out of shape that has a beautiful swing and a beautiful game. And so it really is for you don't have to be all cut and in shape to play golf. I would just suggest like, and even for me, I need to do this, but just having some flexibility because you're going to be rotating here and maybe in different ways that you're not used to. But once you get that, you, I mean, to be honest, like, I don't think you really need to be in shape, but for me, it's just a personal thing. I love being in shape, feeling good, being able to get around, all that. So,
I miss that. I said when I went through cancer, I lost 100 pounds. I was a little overweight at the time. I was 200. I'm 6'4". I was 280 pounds. I went all the way down to 180. And they basically said that you're done, take out all your money, go travel the world and nice knowing you. But miraculously, I beat cancer. Went from stage 4 liver to being cancer free. So now I have to, damn it, I have to work for a living, which I don't like that anymore. I was going to enjoy my life, but I can't move like I used to. Even though I'm back up to about 215, 220 now, it's at 6'4". I don't have that, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Do you know who John Daly is?
oh
Obviously.
yeah, I was going to bring him up when we were talking about it. Oh yeah, I
Well,
know
John
him.
Daly is also one of our ambassadors. I've talked to him a couple of times because one of our charities that we work with a lot of charities. I do the Joel Wilson Foundation here, which we do cancer research, cancer related gifts for people who are battling the disease. Actually, last year the Joel Wilson Foundation purchased 4 dogs for the hospital, and these are dogs that walk around into the infusion room, so they come up and they pet them while you're having your infusions,
Oh,
which is really cool. But John Daly, he's a big guy, a very big guy, and
yeah.
I watched him, and he came up to the green. It was a par three. Didn't have shoes on, had a bourbon in his hand and a cigar in the other. He
That sounds
walks
like
over, he goes, "What's the distance?" We said it's 165. He puts the bourbon on the ground, puts the cigar over top of it, says, "Give me a pitching wedge." I hand him a pitching wedge. Boop, 3 feet from the cup. He goes, "There's your tee shot," and he drives off. Like,
yeah,
what the hell? What just happened?
yeah.
It's
He's
amazing.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Have you ever been to a professional golf tournament and watched it in person?
No, we had the PGA came here just it was last month, October. So that I live right by Black Desert. They came. I wanted to go to that. It didn't work out. But the LAPGA is coming.
LPGA, something like that.
LPGA. What did I say? LA. Los
LAPG.
Angeles, the Los Angeles Pro Golfers Association. LPGA, sorry. Oh, is coming in April, the same course, Black Desert. So I have my sights on that. I want to go see that.
You will be there, and you will be giving us updates as you're
Okay.
going. Damn,
Yeah,
these girls are good.
I
I
know.
know. I was there one time. I was there at the U.S. Women's U.S. Open. Actually, I've been to U.S. Women's U.S. Open twice. One time it was up in outside of Pinehurst. The other time it was in Charleston. And I'm watching, going, wow, these women are driving the ball, 240, 250, 270, 280. And I look at the lady I'm with and I've said, how come you can't do that? And she goes, how come you can't do that? I'm like, you're absolutely right. I can't do that. I cannot do that at all.
Yeah,
So,
they're
but
unbelievable.
when it comes there, you will be a part of our guest. I mean, we will see if we can get you a press pass so you get behind the ropes and do some interviews.
That would be awesome. That would be so, I can't believe that. That would be awesome. Yeah.
So when is your next uh Fury out there just so we can see if you're breaking 100? Actually, if you're going to play 9, you got to break 50. When's that
Yeah.
going to happen?
So I think we're gonna play 18. I think that's
Ooh,
what he's
you're going to go all
planning on.
18.
And so my coach, so Kevin Bowler, he's got a YouTube channel, and that's really what he's growing. So he's not on Instagram a lot. His channel's growing a little bit. I've shared him, like, hey, go follow this guy. But he's got a YouTube account, and that's where he wants to share because longer stuff you can put up on YouTube, and that's where he wants to put the break 100, our little segment on that. So, and then I'll share it. I'll probably share clips of it on Instagram. I guess I should branch out to other social
Oh,
media.
you will have to. We'll put it on our. We'll have the Four Right YouTube channel. We'll put it on there. We will talk about you. Do you know when you're going to be doing that?
Not yet. I'm
Not
not for
yet.
sure. He wants to get me all, fixed up with the chipping and putting. We did a bunch yesterday, a bunch of chipping, and he's given me some different drills, and I'm being awkward and weird. And he goes, "Well, just do it like you'd normally do it. Just set up like you normally do it." So I do it. It goes right where he wants it to go. He goes, "All right, do that again. Do it again." He goes, "Well, maybe you need to do that." So we're figuring it out. We're figuring out what will be consistent and good. So
One of the guy I play with, he used to be a Wilson tour ambassador, so he has a lot of Wilson clubs. That's where I get some of mine. And you drive the ball, 290 yards right down the middle of the fairway, and then you slice one and it's gone right, four right. That thing's so far right that you'll never find it. And
yeah,
I'm like, I can't do this. He goes, if you've done it once, you can do it again. So it's not that you can't, it's just that you don't do it consistently. That's the same thing with your chipping. If you chip the ball in, you can. It's
yeah,
just that you got to keep doing it. And it's muscle memory, obviously, just doing it over and over and over again. A lot of times, though, it's like, and I played sports, I played baseball at Ohio State. You played tennis, I know that. You got to forget what you just did. If you
yeah,
hit a really bad shot, when you walk up to the ball the next time, that's got to be, gone. Because if that's still lingering, that's going to be there. And that's probably the same way with, oh crap, I got a 5 foot putt. I'm going to miss this. Well, you're right, you're going to miss it. But
yeah.
hey,
Then
that's
I'm
who
done.
we are. We do it for fun. We're
Yeah.
not getting paid for this. Actually, we're getting paid for this. So tell
Yeah.
me, how's it been for your first podcast? Are you enjoying it?
Yes. Well, I'm a talker.
You are a
My
talker.
mhm.
All I
My
have to do is say, and welcome to Aubs Plays Golf, and I just sit back and go,
everybody will start dropping off. Wow, this girl won't stop.
no, it won't happen. Well, I tell you what, we are wrapping up the first episode, the first segment, one of many, because we will have you back. We're going to follow your journey as you go to 100 and to 95 and to 90. And we are going to follow your best score ever. And then, when you go out there and you're actually playing on a tour, we're going to watch you, we're going to follow you. And you know what? If you stay around, 90s and 80s off the rest of your life, you'll still be a part of this team. I guarantee you.
Okay. Oh, good, good. Thank you.
Well, this is Joel Wilson and Aubrey. I'm the digital guru, and thank you for joining in on Four Right, and we'll see you on the next tee box.